All that is left now are ashes and helpless neighbors looking for a new place to sleep. Head coach of Birmingham High School, Jim Rose, has now made more history today here at LA Valley College. He is now the first ever city section coach to be a champion in both girls flag football and guys football. The average speed limit in California in residential areas is 25 miles per hour, but here in Long Beach you'll see them at 20 miles per hour, sometimes even following the 15. Bell High School is now one of only 12 historically undeserved schools to be taken under HEAL. The program will give them access to trainers, new equipment, and even injury clinics. However, this still does leave out over 90% of all LAUSD schools. Reporting from Southgate, I'm Alex Perez for Valley View News. A construction site caught fire in South LA. More than 100 LA City firefighters were on the ground last Tuesday morning to try and quickly extinguish the fast-moving flames, but the blaze was strong to contain, spreading to buildings and cars around the fourplex, leaving many homeless for the night.
Mi hijo vive aquí, pero cuando él nos llamó.
My son lives here, but when he called us, the house was burning. We came quick and everything was burning. All the trees were gone.
LA City fire officials say 5 houses were affected by the inferno. 2 victims, both over 60 years old, were sent to the hospital with critical burns, and a 30-year-old was treated on the scene for minor injuries.
Ellos apenas salieron, él se quemó la garganta.
They barely got out. He burned his throat and it was a disaster, a fatal one. Everything went to waste. Some helped rescue and others didn't.
One of the bigger challenges firefighters faced was trying to calm the fire down while voltage lines were also burning at the same time. Arson investigators are now trying to determine the cause of the fire. It is unclear when displaced residents will be able to go back home. All that is left now are ashes and helpless neighbors looking for a new place to sleep. Reporting from Los Angeles, California, I'm Alex Perez for Valley View News. Thousands of LAUSD high school students are currently participating in sports all across Los Angeles County. According to the California Athletic Trainers Association, about 95% of schools in the district do not have athletic trainers, and California remains the only state that doesn't mandate high schools to provide an athletic trainer or have licensing and regulations in place for them. Leonardo Contreras is a student athlete at Southgate High School and says his team has struggled this year as a result of it.
There's some players that don't play in games where they can probably be cleared to play, or there's instances where they feel like they can't play and they don't play because we don't have anybody to let us know if we're good enough to play and clear us.
Southgate High remains one of many that don't have a trainer. Southgate coach Francisco Saldana says students deserve better.
Number one priority is student safety, and as coaches, that's our number one priority. Football is second nature. We try our best always to do what's best for the student athlete, and we need all the help we could get.
Unlike Southgate, Bell High School found itself in a position to gain an athletic trainer through a nonprofit organization. The Helping Enrich Athletes' Lives program, also known as HEAL, helps thousands of students on and off the field.
I feel that comes to a great necessity to the fulfillment of our needs. Not just that, but because we live in a community that we're not accommodated to having athletic trainer. Everybody, when they heard we're going to get an athletic trainer, they were like, what's that?
Bell High School is now one of only 12 historically undeserved schools to be taken under HEAL. The program will give them access to trainers, new equipment, and even injury clinics. However, this still does leave out over 90% of all LAUSD schools. Reporting from Southgate, I'm Alex Perez for Valley View News. The beginning of a new era in high school sports where girls are also champions in football. The California Interscholastic Federation, better known as CIF, introduced girls flag football to schools in the Golden State back in March, and now the CIF Los Angeles City section wraps up its inaugural season. Birmingham High School head coach Jim Rose says he thinks the sport is going to grow even more.
The kids are starting to see, and it's getting a little publicity, and something like this is great for the girls, and so I think you're going to see a lot more girls trying out.
Sure enough, the sport drew enough attention this season to end here at Rick President Stadium in Lake Balboa, where the Birmingham Patriots took on the San Pedro Pirates for the Open Division City Section Championship. Last Saturday's game began with a couple of shutout drives to start, but both teams ended up scoring with under 2 minutes in the first half to tie it up at 6. Birmingham then scored in the second half. This gave them a 14-6 lead, and the Pirates found themselves in a hole late in the game. The Pirates then had one last chance to send it to overtime and completed the pass, but a flag was thrown on the play that forced a turnaround downs, crowning the Birmingham Patriots the first ever Open Division City champions of flag football.
Just play our game. We're a second half team and we stuck to it.
We just had to make some adjustments on a couple of their plays we were running. But I mean, we've done well on defense all year. They didn't get rattled by being down. And I mean, everything from there, we were good.
At the beginning of the season, many questioned whether girls would even want to play flag football. Now we're crowning our first ever city champions, and girls flag football continues to grow. Reporting from Birmingham, California, I'm Alex Perez for Valley View News.